Hey, what's going on, guys? Investment Coach Chris here, and I wanted to show you guys a little example of how I like to trade sometimes. Today we are having a total of $276. Our current position, which is our unrealized, is $90. So that unrealized is going to represent the actual position size that I currently have in this one position. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. So let's get to it. Basically, I'm just at a position that I got into earlier this morning, and I'm just taking advantage of it. So if you're wondering what platform I'm using TEFS. I got me a run-in tape right here. This tells me the last price and time that was paid. I'm going to compare that to my level 2 data. So if I click P, my position size is 300 shares, and it's just going down, 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 which is great because oh yeah, that's really good. So my unrealized for this is 186. So what I'm going to do, I have 300 shares. I'm going to buy 50, which basically means I'm locking in some profit. So now I have 250 shares. So what I like to do is I like to buy in a little bit of shares my way down. Now I am just putting a market order in, so it is going to be best between the bid and the ask price. But the execution of TEFS is pretty fast. So what I do is I'm already in the profit zone. At this point, I could set limit orders and I could do through all that, and I could set trailing stop losses. But I'm kind of lazy sometimes. I just know if I'm having a spread of 3 cents, right, between 28 and 29, and I sell it, yeah, I could go around here and I could put a limit order, and I could take the limit price and say I'm only going to sell at a certain amount or something. But honestly, with the spread being so low, it's not too big of a deal. It looks like it's going lower and lower and lower, the volume. See if the volume picks up. If the volume picks up right here, the volume picks up, then we're probably going to get out. So if the volume pushes up too high, then I'll just push buy and I'll sell my whole position. I am going to come over here and just put like a 50 share. Just because it's been such a great stock, I might short it a little bit more. I consider this a pullback. So we're going short, it pulls back up. The stock is on its way down, right? I'll kind of show you what I mean. We're on our way down, right? Okay. Now, if we decide to pull up and then continue on our way down, then that's kind of what I'm hoping happens. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really hoping it just goes down, 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 and continues to go down. Because if it continues to go down, then that's really good for me. So yeah, I did that one little short, added that little 50 share short. Added that little 50 share short right there. Up about 310 bucks, not too bad. So my position size total is 250. All right. I don't even know what my current average price is right now. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't care about my average price, but I really don't, because all I know is if unrealized goes up versus down. I usually have my share size down here, but I know if I push P, I've got 250 shares and I'm in the money cash. So what I like to do at this point is I just kind of like to set a mark like, okay, look, that right there is probably a good pullback line to where, okay, if we're going to start to have a reversal, that's what we kind of need to look at. So we can do a couple different things. What I'm most likely going to do with this trade is I'm going to keep adding little short positions, like 50 share. This stock is about $25 each, so I'm going to keep adding little short positions on the pullbacks. Okay, execute a short, and yeah, that's I'm waiting for it to pull back short, and it comes back down. Pull back short, go back down. So a lot of times you may see these red candles and they come down to like right here, and then you're like, oh, I'm ready to short. Well, if you think you're going down, you actually want to short as it's pulling back up to get ready to go back down. It's a very, very important point in your trading to understand that concept. So up about $114, and we're still going down, still going down. So I'll short 50 more shares. If you have a good stock, you know, you want to ride it out. You know, we're up $341, you know, taking less than 500 shares at a time. So, and just to show you guys, my profit is 356, my unrealized is 126. So I've got 225 in the bank right from this trade, and I've got 130 that's unrealized. All I have to do is sell to get this. So yeah, it's probably kind of boring for you guys, but yeah, I wanted to show you an example. This video has been about 7 minutes long, and now just to show you, now I'm just going to take my position and I'm just going to buy, and now we're going to close out. I have 0 positions. So there's an example so you guys can see. I just have right here $334 right there. Took me 10 tickets. So basically each ticket is a buy or a sell. So if you put 2 tickets together, you usually have an order, you know. So yeah, and I probably sold too soon, to tell you the truth, but this was an example to show you how. So we could watch this stock and we could see if we want to find another entry point. I could have definitely made more money on this position, but it was getting kind of really close to the point where I'm a more conservative trader. And one thing I've noticed is once these things start going down, 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 they can continue, but they can also shoot back up. So I think I will just take a little 50 position short. Excuse me. Just a little $50 position, nothing much. So I'm down about 50 cents. I know my entry point. You always want to kind of have an idea of where you're going to get in and out of a trade. Even if you don't have an official like stop loss set on your chart, you definitely need to be managing your risk. Since I only usually do 1 or 2 trades at a time, or like 1 stock at a time, I do a lot of trades, but it's with 1 stock. So one thing I've observed that's easy to manage is I just take a little line and I just say, okay, if we're going to go this way, then the stock is going against us. All right. So now I'm going to short a little bit more shares. It's a little bit riskier, but I'm going to short. I have 300 shares. 300 shares. I'm down about, now I'm up $1. Down $2. Nothing crazy. Basically, what we did was we saw this kind of going down with the momentum, and we see this volume bar rising. Okay, you see this red bar down here? If this goes up, it means it's going up because the volume of sellers is going down. So if the number of sellers is going up, technically, from a technical perspective, the number of sellers should drive this price down, while as the number of buyers, that would tend to drive the price up. Do you know that for sure? Nope. And you can do that. You can have a little fake out where it goes down and jumps back up. But our position is 300 shares, up about another $16 to $4. So it's a pretty fun little stock so far. So I'm going to short 50 more. And keep in mind, I'm using the profits that I've already made earlier. I've got 350 shares. Really what I wanted to do, this technically wasn't a great entry. I should have waited for this to pull back up to around here and then shorted to go back in. But I'm trying to play a little drop off with the momentum. So might work, might not. Yeah. So we're just going to wait. See if we can pull another 20, 30, 40 bucks on this one. And of course, it all comes down to your risk management. The more money you have to invest, the more risk you can use for the stock. But you know, just looking at this, it's super like down, 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 down. Those blue lines represent the days, and also down, down, down. So it is possible for this thing just to have a huge spike up. But you have two choices. You can play the reversal. Give me 1 second. While I'm doing this, I have a Forex trade going on over here. Yeah, not the best day. But the Forex is just a little practice account. The Forex is something that I've taken about 1,000 Forex trades. I did that in about 16 hours. I took 1,000 Forex trades, and basically I'm creating algorithmic robots to like do my trading for me, just as a side experiment. If you have any questions about Forex, I'm kind of getting the hang of it. My last 1,000 trades, I've got like a 65% win rate versus the 45 lose rate. But that's actually good, because in Forex you don't want to be right 90% of the time, wrong 10%. Like, not with my strategy. You want to be right about 60 to 70% of the time. Because when you're right too often, you're cutting your winners too short. So when you have your, like, in Forex you have a mark, and it's like, okay, you can go 20 up or 20 down on pips and all this stuff. But the robots do the math for you. I say robots, the bots do it for you once you have it set up. It's kind of cool. But I prefer stocks. I tend to do better in the stock market than the Forex market. That's been my observation, and I I have software that I go through, and when I do a trade, it tells me like my time in trade. I really recommend that too for you traders. To get something that tells you like how many times you're trading, the time frame, are you profitable, what's your average win rate, what's your expectancy. You know, those types of data points are really going to help improve you as a trader. Trust me, it will make the biggest difference. So we have a 350 position size. So down, inverted hammer, or a hammer, doji, hammer going down. So this is some weak candles, so they do look weak to me. So I'm going to short 50 more. To me, it looks like it's getting ready to break down to go back down. So I'm at 400 shares. Down about $34 in this trade. If it shoots up, then we got to kind of ask ourselves, okay, we have all this. Oops. So we have all this area that it can go up to. Alright. Put that right there. So something I like to do is I like to draw these little boxes. Sometimes I like to think to myself, okay, if I'm drawing a box like this, right, and I'm in this stock, okay, how much do I expect it to go up and how much do I expect it to go down on average? And what you'll soon figure out, I am like brutalizing this square. I'm used to drawing squares in my other platform, but basically we're gonna, oh fuck it, we're gonna put it like this. I think about right there. So with this square here, it's kind of telling me, okay, it's kind of giving me some boundaries of like a high point, which is like kind of like right here, and a low point. It's crooked as hell. There we go. So all I'm really looking at with that square is how high could it go up and how high could it go down. You know, it could definitely shoot up. You know, the stock could definitely come up here and shoot up through here. We want it to keep going down, but anything, I'm trying to find a point in this where I say to myself, okay, if it goes above a certain point, then I have to get out of the trade, which is looking like that might happen soon. So if it continues to go up, then I'm just going to have to sell my position and get through this one. So we've got 1 point right there. We're going to see how high it can break. If it breaks above the square, then I'm just going to have to say, oh well, and pull it back. But given that this has been shorted a lot, it's very possible that we just have a potential reversal to come back down. That's my max limit for this account. So, not say max limit, but as far as shares I can take, I have pre-settings that only let me take a percentage of my account per trade, just so I don't blow up an account. It's not a bad opportunity to short though. Anyways, we have 400 shares here. One of two things are going to happen. It's either going to keep going up or it's going to come back down. So let's look at the buyers and sellers. Sellers is 25.28, 25.28, 25.29. Boom, that's it. So yeah, to cut into my profits a little bit. That's okay. Still up 184.86, and now we can go on to our next trade, which might actually still be this stock. Actually, I know it sounds silly, but just the way this stock's been up, it seems to make me want to short it once it goes up. Got some fake outs going on. It is kind of dying a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to give it another short. So I'm shorted 300 shares at the top of that little pivot. Nothing crazy. A little $42 there. So I'm in. Kind of slowing down a little bit. So we have 22. We want the buyers to go. So the bid price is 25.21. We want that to continue going down. So we have 21, 22, 21, 22, 23, 25, 29. When that goes up, that is not good for our position. So we're going to see if we can get a pullback down, and then we'll get rid of this position. So I don't really recommend, if you're paying high fees, to do a little bit of scalping. But if you call a broker and you can get a good deal and you can get like an under 1 penny, like a 0.025 or a 0.001 percentage, like for every share that you buy or sell, it's less than a penny. So if you have a good broker that allows you to do that, you can do some of these scalping techniques that I'm doing. If you have expensive fees, I don't recommend it because the commissions are going to eat you alive. So, you know, we're up about $200, nothing crazy. 300 shares in this position. There we go. Want it to continue to go down. Keep going down, baby. You know, I really don't like the square anymore. I like the squares, but not with that. So if you see, we have kind of a little point here. We got a point here. This goes down. Should probably start taking profits as it gets closer to this line. Unless the momentum just crazy. So we have 25.20. Widen this up a bit. Cool. Excuse me. Cool. So now we're back up to 274. So now I'll probably take 50, buy some, buy a few more. I'm up to 200 shares right there, 281. Buy. It's 277. I have 50 shares left. Buy. Alright, so that puts our our P&L back up to 278. Yeah. So, I'm gonna probably give it one more little run, just because if we drop below this mark right here, then I'm probably going to get in. So what I'm probably going to do is put in a limit buy, and I'm going to say like 24.90. If we go below 24.85, then I want to short. I'm going to do a limit. Put 400 at 24.85. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So basically what I did was, if you look at my order screen, which I'm not going to pull up over here, oh, I actually executed it wrong, I think. Anyways, oh well. What I meant to do I meant to do was to do a limit on that one, but I don't think I did put a limit and I flicked it in, but actually executed the trade. So I probably I think I just pushed the wrong button. Oh well. Actually, I know exactly what happened. I put it in the wrong. I put in the wrong price point before it came in. I bet. Yeah, that's probably what I did. No worries. Anyways, I got $400 in a short position right there. Excuse me. So it's down 68, down 80. Down 64. So basically my main strategy on this conceptually is pretty simple. The stock that's been going down, 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 down. Right. I'm just shorting the high points. Right? So up to here, shorted down. Came up to here, took a little short, took a little short, sell, short, sell. Now we're shorting again right up in here, so we can sell down here. Does it always work? Nope. But one thing that is good, excuse me while I eat my little pork steam bun. Kind of topper point right there. $25, $27, $28, $29, $30, $31, $32. Not good. So when you see this tape here, everything green, if it gets green, it's getting higher. Red is good because red means it's getting lower. So I'm still going to hold this position. I still, yeah, I don't really like the position that I'm in right now per se, because I was hoping the short would come down faster, to tell you the truth. But it keeps pushing up, so if it does, I might have to end up cutting this one. It could go either way. It's just with this position, given that it's starting to climb up, I was just betting on a continuation of the current pattern, which would be popping up to here, hopefully relaxing and pulling back down. Will that happen? I don't know, maybe. Do a lot of things. Got a blue line here. We'll put that right there. Then we'll take another one and it's a vertical line. Delete. We'll do a horizontal line right here. Yeah, so if you see my little channel here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a channel that, like, if this price decides to go up and come up to the Bollinger Band, or I say the Bollinger Band, the VWAP, that would make sense for this to come up and touch. But what we're looking at is we're really hoping that this goes up and continues down. So it's going up, up, up. So we kind of hit a top, and this is kind of hoping it's more like a double top. We're wanting this to continue to go down, but if we look at the price, we have 48, 49, 25.49 to 25.80, 48.49. People are getting ready to sell at 80, and now it's at 43, 43, 44, 45. We're really trying to interpret the data on the tape in here. We're trying to figure out, are people trying to push this up or down? And yeah, so this is a perfect example of earlier. Like, I was up about $300 something, and I'm only up 126. You know, you're supposed to control your risk, man. So if you want to control your risk, good. If you don't want to control your risk, then it can be very devastating in trading. But again, you know, we're sitting in here trading, and this video has been 31 minutes, and you know, we made 142 bucks ish. I'd like for this to drop down a little bit lower, get back to our entry point right around here. It's an interesting spot, but to me, this looks like a turning pivot point in the stock, where we've gone down, kick back up, go down, kick back up, gone down, kick back up, and now we're driving back down. That's what it looks like to me. I'm hoping that we continue downward, and then we pull up. I said up. I got about 400 shares. That's good because I'm down about $116 in this position for a total P&L right now about 162 to 150. So we're short on the position. We're definitely bearish in this position. The main thing we're wanting to do, excuse me, I'm trying to see if we can get some confirmation back down to this little line and continue down. Volume down a little bit. So pull out the 5-minute chart and see what we see. I mean, you see a classic down, pull back, almost like a dead cat bounce is what this looks like to me. And a dead cat bounce is when something kind of goes down, right? And then it comes back up. And then, if all things go accordingly, hopefully we'll continue to go down. So we had some consolidation. Then we had this drop off right here. Right? And then we had this pullback, which is right here. Right, you see that? This little line kind of represents the chart. We were consolidating, we went down, we pulled up. So we had a pivot point there, kind of a pivot point here. Technically, if you want to look at a reverse pivot, this is a pivot. So when you look at the chart, consolidation, downward, up. Now this could continue to rise up, but one thing with stocks is it's easier, and keep this in mind, if you have to pick between what kind of trader you're going to be, there's like reversal trading, and then there's momentum and trend trading. I really recommend learning both and see which one you like better. But when you have a stock that's trending in a direction, it's a lot easier to you call. It's a lot easier to stick with the momentum than time a reversal, in my opinion. Alright, so now we're down to 300 shares. I'll take 50 shares at a time. Slowly buy back out. Just to lower my position size, I'm at 250. The reason I'm doing that is because if the stock does continue to go up, it's gonna climb fast. So, but if it continues to go down, that's okay, because if it continues to go down, I can rake in a little bit of profit. So at 200 shares, I'm hoping this thing. See, it's going up, coming down, down, back up, down, back up, down, back up. Those are really weak candles, but it's not falling. We want a thick bear candle to really isolate this movement. And if we don't get it, then probably better to exit. There we go. That's what we want to see, baby. So P&L's back up to $191, $193. And again, this was only, I've got this account set where I can only take 500 shares at a time. Sometimes it's good to set your account. So if you're going to blow up a position, you do it with a lower portion of your equity. Get used to it. Everyone blows up positions from time to time. Almost guaranteed you're going to do it. So 1297. It's a strong candle going down. We need to look at the bid and ask. We have 225, 225. We want this number right here to go down, 223. Yes. So I'm going to short my position just a little bit on that one, just because I think it's about to break down. It could break back up, but just getting that extra couple little shares there will go a long way, because I'm basically adding the winning position. So now I've got 350 shares, up about 212 bucks for the day. See if it pulls back up or continues down. So this blue line's kind of like, I don't want this to go back up above there. I really want this to continue to drop down to about right there. 350 shares. Keep going down, keep going down. So we have 25.19, 25.17, 25.16, 25.18. Green means a buy, red means a short. So we're buying for 28.01, we're selling for 25.19. We want that to go down. 17.16, go, 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 go. Keep going down. Not the green one. Alright, done. Probably got out too soon, but that's a little quick video. I only made 191 bucks. Could have been better. Two of the trades I could have got in at better positions, and I had that one click queue. But I hope you guys enjoy this. You know, these videos I make are for you. So if you have any questions, yeah. So this is a $10,168 account. I'm only taking 500 share positions, and with that I was able to short and make $191 in about, I don't know, 30 minutes. So if you see the potential where you can find and do some $100 trades here, if you dedicated 5 trades and were right 3 out of the 5, then you lost 150 on each of those, but you gained 250. That would be 750 minus 300, which would be about $450. So you'd be averaging about $100 an hour. So once you learn how stocks work, they can be very profitable. Oh, I'm so glad I got out. Although that position is probably a great time to short down. But that's not what this video is for. Alright guys, if you have any questions, see my YouTube. This has been live. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.